First at 4:30, the family of a woman who was fatally shot at Pearlridge Center last December is calling for stricter state laws to protect domestic violence victims and are raising concerns about the efficacy of temporary constraining orders. Annalisa Burgos has more on their plea.
No family should have to go through this kind of tragedy.
It's been 8 months since Ginger Lagat's sister Teresa Cachuela was shot and killed by Cachuela's abusive husband, days before Christmas. Cachuela had sought police help and filed a temporary restraining order, but her family says it wasn't enough to protect her.
I know of women who have tried to reach out to help for cops, as the same as my sister, and they were turned away because I guess of the stigma around domestic violence situations where people are like, they're only going to fight and get back together. But that's not the case.
The challenge, police say, is having to interpret all kinds of TROs and getting victims to use them effectively.
You've got to intend to live and abide by that order. You've got to agree to report things early, not just because you have a piece of paper, you can wave it in front of somebody and they magically don't do things.
Cachuela's family is pushing for harsher TRO penalties to help women struggling to leave abusive relationships.
A lot of it was just manipulation. It was hard for her to let go of him and get the help that she wanted, but you can tell she was desperately trying to get help.
Under state law, TRO violators are subject to 48 hours of jail time and a fine. Cachuela's family proposes more than doubling jail time to help victims get to safety and requiring 1 year of mental health counseling for violators.
That would be a game changer, I think. And then how do you make the healing or the required services, mandatory, because that separation is for nothing if the person is still in the same mental state.
State Representative Darius Kila plans to introduce a bill next session, one that addresses the roots of domestic violence.
How do we re-examine public education where when folks are in situations or relationships, they're identifying the key tendencies of what an abusive relationship looks like? It's teaching what love is and what a safe relationship is, but providing that service that should someone need to leave in an emergency, they have it, and the last thing they're worrying about is their finances.
Advocates agree more education is needed. Cachuela's family is planning a rally on August 23rd across from Honokai Hale Park.
There may be some sort of fear of speaking up because of how a lot of victims are judged. A lot of us get blamed for the choices we make, or we should have done this or that, and that's not something that people should be hearing. It does affect you mentally when you're already under a traumatic state.
Even worse, generations of abuse have normalized violent behavior, creating a culture of silence.
Enough is enough. I mean, if the thing not changing for over years and years, then something is wrong. We're dealing with people's lives. We're dealing with mothers, who've been murdered, stabbed, shot. I mean, come on, law, we gotta wake up. We gotta do something.
Annalisa Burgos, Hawaii News Now.